Hi everyone, have you ever wondered if the media is actually brainwashing us or if we are the ones in control? Today, I'm going to walk you through how our understanding of media influence has changed over the last century. The study of media effects basically looks at how mass media shapes our attitudes, beliefs, and behavior. We have gone through three big stages: strong effects, medium effects, and limited effects. I'll be breaking down the three major theories that define these stages. Alright. Let's go back to the 19th, 20th century and 30th century. This was the era of hypodermic needle theory, also known as the magic bullet theory. The names say it all. Back then, scholars thought media messages were like a needle injecting ideas directly into our brain. People were seen as a mass society, basically isolated individuals who didn't have much critical thinking and just reacted to whatever the media told them. The theory was heavily fueled by how governments used propaganda during World War I and World War II. A famous example is the 1938 War of the Worlds radio broadcast, which supposedly made people panic because they thought aliens were actually invading. However, this theory was eventually criticized for being too simple and for assuming everyone reacts the exact same way. Moving into 1940th century and 50th century, researchers realized that the media isn't actually that magical. This led to the 10 two-step flow theory. Instead of media hitting everyone at once, they found it happens in two steps. First, information reaches opinion leaders. These are the people who are super engaged and knowledgeable. Then, these leaders filter and pass into the rest of us through interpersonal communication. Basically, this theory says we are more likely to be influenced by a friend or a trusted community member than a TV ad. It was a huge shift because it showed that 13 social relationships matter more than just the media message itself. But critics say this is still a bit too simple because today communication usually involve many more than just two steps. Finally, we have the selective exposure theory, which started gaining traction in the 1950th century and 60th century. This is the limited effects era. The core idea here is that we are the one in charge. We actively choose media that matches that we already believe and avoid stuff that make us feel uncomfortable, which is a concept called cognitive dissonance. In today's world, we see this everywhere through algorithm on TikTok or Instagram that only show us what we like. This create echo chamber where we only hear our own opinions reflected back at us. So, instead of changing our minds, the media mostly just reinforce what we already think. The downside? Some say this theory overestimates how much control we actually have, especially since algorithms choose a lot of stuff for us without us even knowing. To wrap it up, we have seen a massive shift in how we view ourselves as an audience. We went from being seen as passive zombies in the hypodermic needle era to socially influenced in the two-step flow, and finally to active gatekeepers and selective exposure Understanding this theory helps us realize that while the media is powerful, our social circles and our own choice play a huge role in how we see the world. Thank you everyone. That's all for today.